handful.
Yes, thank you.
Of course. What's up, bro?
412, sorry.
Total, this is gonna be my fifth moving day. It's the most important, I think the most important preparation process before the season starts, just because we're all together. This right here determines depth chart, but it's just it's really a team building experience the whole time.
Should be a good year. The team's all back. We got a lot of good guys coming back, and so the group is fully equipped with weapons and defensive guys, offensive guys, so I think we should be great this year, yeah.
We know what type of talent we have, and we know what we're capable of doing, so it's just a matter of, on a weekly basis, preparing like we need to, and then going out and executing.
Yeah, I was just doing it to see the reaction of everybody. But I do wear them all the time, but I just don't wear them around everyone on the team.
How are you doing?
Oh,
Coming in as a little senior in high school and then not knowing what to expect my first camp and the speed being different and the coaches being all hyped up every day from high school to college, it's totally different now with the coaches, new coaches, getting used to the speed, the mental part of the game, knowing the defense, knowing all that, knowing what I'm supposed to do every play, the routes, the different route combinations, you got to know how to line up. It's a lot, and you learn that through the years of all the camps you've been through.
It hasn't really hit me, but I've prepared myself just from my prior experiences, the ups and downs of my college career. I know that this game ends, but going into this season, my plan is to give everything that I have so that this isn't my last time playing football.
These guys start talking and walking, and they learn the campus, they learn the community, they learn their teammates. They start to learn a little bit of football while they're with these guys. And they get themselves in college shape, which is much different than high school shape. High school, if you're lucky, maybe 3 or 4 games out of the year, you face somebody who's a Division I scholarship type player. Maybe a couple games a year. One guy on the opposing team, maybe 5 if you play a really good team. College practice is a high school all-star game. And that's probably the biggest transition these kids need to learn. Guys here in the program now understand this is a 12-month gig, that you can't get back a day you didn't work out, you can't get back a day you didn't train, and every day you don't train and your opponent does, you're losing a step. And our guys are now committed to the full year, and it just shows. It's not pulling teeth to see if they're in shape or not before we go to camp. We hit the ground running on day one. And to be honest, day one for us started weeks ago, physically, psychologically. It's just a different world. So seeing all of our guys ready to go, being in shape, yeah, it tells you how important it is to them. I see a lot of competition. I see a lot of speed. I see a lot of size. We just look physically bigger than we did a year ago today. Now take that along with experience and the successes that we've had, that should bode well.
Back, baby. We back.
It's gonna be a long season. Play till January this year. Just wait on it.
It's football season. Bet whatever you're doing today is not nearly as cool as what we're doing.
Good. Stay.
It's the most exciting Groundhog Day you will ever imagine. And every day is like this. We've already sat in the staff room and even the kids say the same thing. Feels like we've been here for a month, but we've only been here for like 15 minutes. And anybody knows anything about anything in life knows that's the kind of thing where when you love it, time really doesn't matter.
Feels like just yesterday I came here. Time definitely flies by. And it still doesn't quite seem real I'm going to my last camp, but I'm sure it'll feel real soon. As soon as it becomes the week 1 game at Citadel, it'll definitely feel real.
It is definitely hard to swallow that pride and say that, I'm about to graduate. Honestly, it's been a good 4 years. I'm trying to just end it off real right, end off with a championship, hopefully. That's what the team's working for, and that's what I'm striving for. I came here as a freshman, did not know what run plays were, I didn't know what pass plays were. I played straight basketball, and I came here and had a rough kind of transition.
Malik Tyne, the basketball player turned football player. Jamaican by way of Canada. He's always been a great athlete. He's always been a smart guy and a good teammate. But he said it best the other day. He goes, Coach, I didn't understand football that much. He goes, I get it now. I really get it now. And because of it, he plays like a different player. He plays like a guy who's played football all his life. And it just goes to show you that you just can't strap a helmet on, walk out there and be a good football player at the college level.
Honestly, I feel like I just became a better football player in general. I became more of a teammate. I worry about my teammates more than I have before in the past, and I think it's really playing a big role right now on the team and with myself.
The expectations are high, and the management of those expectations are what's the challenge now. Knowing that you're not chasing the leader, you basically are the leader.
This year is really about throwing away the ego, throwing away all the pride. If I got to do something for a teammate, that's what I never really understood as a freshman. But now that I'm older and now that I'm at my, the victory lap, basically the last lap, I definitely think just being at that point in my life, I feel like I'm racing to be the best person I can be. And I never seen that as a freshman, but now I see that in my senior year. Yes, I do.
For me, it's just to continue taking it 1 rep at a time and focus on just doing my job. As a whole, I think that's been the whole mentality the whole offseason. Especially, we've been working real hard with Coach Lima in the weight room and on the field, and it's really just 1 game at a time. Last year, we got to playoffs and just kind of felt like we were working too much towards getting a ring. Obviously, that's the goal at the end of the year in January, but right now it's more so just taking it 1 game at a time and letting that happen more than focusing on making that happen.
The cool thing I like about these guys, they're very close, they're very good leaders. They understand that what they do, what they say consistently, has an effect on the other guys in the locker room. It's not just about pay attention to me, it's, people are watching me. And that's really important. We probably have the most amount of leaders. Good, solid, strong, together leaders. And we've had great leaders along the way, but I don't think we've had this many. It takes a lot of confidence to stay the course and do all the things that you need to do to be successful over and over again. When you constantly have a visual goal of the human or thing that you are trying to catch, it's easier to keep running. It's easier to keep moving in that direction. But when you realize that you're the rabbit out in front and everybody's chasing you, that's a whole different life. Today's practice. If that's the best you could ever do, this is where you start, and that's the best you could ever do. Today, we're in helmets, we got no pads on, it ain't that hot, but you gave me your best today. Now, for those first-year guys that are struggling, and you are struggling, okay, and you're supposed to struggle. You never worked this hard in your life, but the potential is there to handle this. So you're going, I never went this hard in my life, and tomorrow you're going, like, whatever I'm going to go as hard as it takes just so I can get through the whole practice. Fight song. By the middle of next week, I will start calling on position. Hold on. I have the is Simpson. Just give me a second. Get his ass in here. Well, white helmet was the original helmet. It's always been the original helmet. And for the, in the 50, now 1 on the 51st year, there's probably more years in the white helmet than there is anything else. It's part of our history. And with that being said, and it's really cool, it's also very expensive. Buying a whole new set of helmets is very, very expensive. This has taken some creative spending on part of the equipment budget and our budget and the department's budget, but it's something that's existed for a while. When I came back, we wanted black helmets. We needed black helmets. And I think we will always need black helmets. I think who we are as a program it kind of lends itself to that kind of style. But for the history of us, we need the white helmet. We've needed the white helmets. And I finally found a way to get it paid for.